Hello and welcome. You'll hear the mic audio is much different. Let me get the overlay up. Hello, people in chat already? Okay, we're live. Welcome. As you may hear, the audio is much different. I can actually move further away and call the game. Let me just get the... It's a bit too dark. There we go. Get it up a little bit. All right, welcome to the stream, people. Nets Knicks, big game. And we're going to get right into it with some quotes. And let me just put the volume down on that. So first and foremost, I think this quote at the very top really sums things up quite well. Where one Nets fan has said that maybe we aren't title contenders, but don't sleep on us because we're a gritty team. We got good defense. We got good shooting. We're athletic. And most importantly, no drama. I think that's the big thing to come away from all this. It's going to be a very carefree season, I feel, and we're just going to be able to focus on hoops, which is exactly what I want. And I've been preaching the entire time. Spencer Dinwiddie on the debut of Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges. That was said, or he said these words the other day. I think they did phenomenal overall. I think the energy of the group is high and the optimism is high. And once again, obviously a team that's not the most talented, but if the team environment can be friendly, then that's going to go a long way in translating to some good product on the court. If we go back to the Nets Sixers game, not to dwell on it or anything, but we look at the stats and we're talking about how we performed well for the most part to kick things off. Field goals made, we were in favor. 3-pointers made, we were in favor. Rebounds in favor, assists in favor, steals, blocks, less turnovers, all in our favor. One key stat was wrong, or sorry, not wrong, but in their favor, free throws. So the key is today, keep the Knicks off the free throw line. Obviously, we're not going to have Embiid or Harden to deal with. It's just going to be interesting to see how we cope with Brunson and Randall. Spence also said that he was actually calling Mavericks plays, that only he and Finney Smith would understand. So as, they get more reps in and they're more accustomed and, accustomed to a net system, and they're more, what's the word? It comes more habitually, if that makes any sense. It's more so a habit, for them to call Nets plays and not Mavericks plays. They're not that far removed from that, that period of their career. So it's going to take a bit of time, but the signs were good. Now, we talk about Spencer Dinwiddie. He, it feels like every time he puts on a Nets uniform, he doesn't get calls. And I'm going to throw you back to the 2017-18 season. This was hell for Nets fans. If you remember, Spencer Dinwiddie had 10 non-calls. He led the league in non-calls in clutch situations. And they were actually legitimate calls that weren't going his way. And that was to the All-Star break. 10 non-calls. And he got another one against the grain. That doesn't make sense. He got another one against him, though, in a clutch situation, which is incredibly frustrating if you think about it, because, we played well for 3 quarters, dominated key stats, and ultimately it was the free throw disparity that cost us. And we also got told that, there was a call that didn't go our way down the stretch, just to pile on the pain. But as I said, we were talking about positives. In the 44 possessions, Mikal, Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Johnson, all new acquisitions, plus Nick Claxton, in those 44 minutes that lineup was on the court, a 76.7 defensive rating. Sure, the offensive rating was like 104 in that time. I don't care. That's literally a plus 28 net rating. even with the shit offense, that defense is unbelievable. And you can see below there, league averages, 38 points below league average. The effective field goal percentage at 32%. That's well down on 55%, which is league average. And the turnover percentage is also 10% higher. So, I mean, this team is going to do nothing but good on the defensive end. No doubt about it. Let me just... This exposure is driving me crazy right now. Okay. There we go. So those who have just said hello in the chat, welcome to the stream, by the way. I hope you're all doing well. The starting five is the exact same as the game prior. So it's good vibes. Pretty good vibes. There's no reason to change the lineup at all. You run with what works, and the lineup the other day definitely did work. Seth Curry still out, but on track to return for the final game before the All-Star break. So nothing new. Let me just get a little bit of space. And the overlay is up. Alrighty. Cam Thomas gets calls and makes most of his free throws. Should be in the starting five now that he's an elite player. He's not an elite player by any stretch. I'm going to... Well, you know me. I'm going to keep it 100% a buck. And despite Cam Thomas being... having scored 40 in 3 straight, no chance he's elite. I don't know where the best place is to start him. If you want him to handle the rock more... I just realized I have a glitch here. Turn that off. Get rid of that. And this as well. I didn't adjust this before the stream. We may have to fix that on another occasion. But, oh, that looks alright. That looks decent. Okay. But yeah. By no stretch is Cam Thomas elite. Let's just make that 100% clear. He's a second-year player. But that said, it's about whether you want to give him exposure, you know, playing 30-plus minutes, or you want to play him off the bench where he can facilitate and be the focal point of the offense. That's really what it's going to come down to. Those who have just joined us, welcome to the stream. Big game today. Also, let me know about the audio, if that's fine, or if it absolutely destroys your eardrums, because I've done some minor alterations. For starters, I didn't realize the mic volume, like the volume dial on the actual microphone, was all the way down. So that's the reason you couldn't hear shit a few games ago. But just let me know if the volume is all good. Okay. Big game, though. We probably need to win this one. 100%. So the importance is much, much higher. And, yeah. Alrighty. Let's see what this team's got to give. It's not going to be easy. I feel like a lot of Knicks fans are underrating the ability of this team. It's like, they'll be lucky. I wouldn't be surprised if they score sub 90. They could score like 120 and I'll be thoroughly surprised, but I don't think they will. I think there'll be a few games in between where... there'll be a few games in between where we concede a huge amount, but for the most part, I think get used to this team barely giving up points. It's all going to be the offensive side, which will be the side of things that is more hit or miss. So starting five is obviously the same. Knicks are pretty healthy. Excuse me. They will have RJ Barrett, Randall, Brunson, Sims, and it would be a small forward. No, shooting guard to be Quinn and Grimes again. If you remember last time, the Knicks got up by... No, we got up. The Knicks haven't beaten the Nets in about 4 years. 4 years, I think. 2020 was the last time. And that lineup featured, or the Nets lineup in that loss featured Spencer Dinwiddie, Jared Allen, and Karis LeVert without any star player. I think that was the season we had both Kyrie and KD, but they both weren't on the park. We still had Rodion's Kurucs in the team, or on the team, on the bench. So times have changed. We've been through a whole superstar era. Yo, I'm back, still supporting the Nets and KD. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate those people who have hung around as KD supporters and are still wanting to follow the team. I do appreciate that. Obviously, though, it's going to be a dominant Net fan base that we've got here, but regardless, a nice little community we've got. That's the whole point of it all. Okay, so we're about to commence the match. Yep, and as suspected, the same lineup for both teams that I just mentioned before. So it's going to be interesting to see the offense because the last game we didn't score for 7 minutes, basically. We scored 2 points in 7 minutes. So we're going to need to ensure we don't fall into a rut. Even in those 7 minutes, we played good defense, but it's not going to get it done for you. Alrighty, so we've won our last 9, as we've said. Cam Thomas off the bench. Obviously, I'm going to give Jacques Vaughn a bit of time here with, he's got a bit of a grace period because there's so many players that he's got to spread and distribute minutes. He played 12 players yesterday. That wasn't even talking about Edmund Sumner or Seth Curry, who's out of the team right now. So here we go. First quarter. Mikal getting ready to kick things off. I don't even know what the best lineup is. My decision making on the starting 5 and the bench is as good as Jacques Vaughn's. We've got no idea. But it was good the other day. The defense was locked in. A lot of transition opportunities that sort of tapered in the second half, but I've full backing that this team is going to be able to get it done tonight. The Knicks are probably excited because they've no longer got Kyrie and KD to contend with. Let me remind you that Cam Thomas had 20 points in the last quarter last year without the superstars to get us over the line. So here we go. Come on, lads. Let's get this show on the road. Let me know if the audio is perfect. It's not blasting your eardrums. Here we go. It's going to be interesting to see who Mikal gets the assignment on. I wouldn't suspect Randall is going to be that guy. I reckon Finney Smith is going to be the man who picks him up. Here we go. Claxton Sims in the jump. And takes a few seconds. And we're off and running with Randall as the Knicks win possession. Jalen Brunson on the perimeter. Brunson picked up by Bridges. It looks like that's going to be the assignment, much like Bridges picked up Harden. We have a switch. Brunson with the quick change of pace. He missed it. They got the offensive board. Barrett catch and shoot 3 is off. And a rebound for Finney Smith to Spencer Dinwiddie. So a couple early looks at it for the Knicks. Bridges curls round and shoots on the baseline and scores for 2. Excellent. Excellent work. And it seems like in the pre-game presser, Jacques Vaughn said they're going to look to utilize Bridges in the pick and roll. Obviously, he's not going to be the roller. He's going to be the one who gets picks set for him. Barrett bounce pass to Brunson, the switch. We can switch everything all day, baby. Brunson for a deep 2 as the shot clock nearly expired and another miss. So we saw that quite a bit in the early going last game. A lot of shot clock violations around. Bridges top of the key. Barely hit the rim. That was a grazer and a rebound by Julius Randle. Finney Smith is going to pick him up. He's going to post him up. Step back 2 on the baseline. Got it. That's pure. And first make of the game for the Knicks. 2-all. So Spence is going to find Cam Johnson. We're going to call him Twin 1 or Thing 1. Spence into the paint. Shoots a 2 contested. That is not a good shot. And it will be the Knicks with the rebound. Randall now in a switch. Cam Johnson, Thing 2. Step back 2 on the baseline again. He got it again. Same shot. Well, basically the same shot, deja vu, except on the other side of the basket. Dinwiddie to the corner for Bridges, who is fouled and doesn't get it to go. How is that not shots? He's picked it up and thrown the ball up. Clearly a gather. He's gathered it. What is this rubbish already? Literally, the foul was right there. Can't be serious, dude. Johnson into the paint, shoots a mid-range. He got it. And he's not known to make mid-ranges, but there we go. Obviously, it makes things a lot easier for the Nets offense if we can open it up a little bit with some mid-ranges. Brunson looking for Sims, who's going to hand it off back to Brunson. He's going to take on Clax on the drive. Kick out to the corner for Grimes. The deep 2 is short, and I'm going to live with that. Obviously, Quentin Grimes shooting mid-ranges. That's what we like to see. Spence behind the back. 1-on-1 with Barrett. Into the paint. Doesn't get it. And a rebound, Knicks. So, early on, no offense. Can just see this is going to be another one of those tough games. And Randall scores +1. Well, they didn't call that at the other end, did they? Bit of a joke, but free throws coming up, or 1 shot for Randall. And we've already realized that we're getting the short end of the stick with the free throw calls. The whistle is just not going in our direction. So Randall's got all 6, make it all 7 for the Knicks. And it is a 3-point lead. Cam Thomas masterclass incoming? Maybe. Here's hoping we see a scoring burst from him off the bench because he scored some big-time buckets in the 3rd last game. Bridges missed it. Clax kept it alive, but it's the Knicks going the other way. Barrett, spin, missed it. Put back by Sims, and no box out on that one either. Spence is going to roll it out. The screen's going to be set by Finney Smith. Gets it to Bridges, who drives down the middle. The pass to Clax. Body bump. Hook shot. Got it! +1. Excellent. Gabriel, hope you're doing well, my friend. 2 points for the Nets, plus an opportunity for an N1. Or to convert the N1 for Clax. And that's a... Well, yeah, that's a foul. Give me that free throw. And the free throw, surely a lane violation, but he converts it anyway. And Jacques Vaughn is very vocal on the sideline. Brunson. Switch. Clax picks him up on the perimeter, and another switch. Finney Smith, and now Cam Johnson picks him up. Brunson, no look to Grimes on the wing. That's fluent, and it's a 3. 12-7, Knicks. Spence going to take on Randall. Drives down the middle, got right by him, and the finger roll is good. Spence too quick. Way too fast for the Knicks to keep up. And the score is 12-9. Brunson cannot get rid of Bridges, and now a switch again has Clax on him, and Sims picked up by Bridges in the paint. The kick out for Barrett gets by the closeout. The kick out, extra feed. Grimes, step back 3. That's off. Rebound, Clax. And once again, those shots are way too difficult to attempt. Suspense. High screen, Cam Johnson. Gets in the paint. Corner for Bridges. It's off. Rebound, Johnson. The putback is good for 2. Let's go. Let's get it. Alrighty. So we've had a couple second chance looks, and it was clear that was going to be the case. Clax with a swat, and Finney-Smith wrestles the ball out of Clax's hand to bring the ball up. He gives it to Spence. Drive. Alley-oop! Oh, Clax! Bit too stylish with it and missed the alley-oop dunk. Randall in transition. Clax with the block. Where the fuck is the fucking turnover? It's off them, bro. Where are they looking? It's a joke. Rebound putback is good. I bet you were enjoying saying that far more often. 100%. It's a bit weird seeing a team that's actually adequate putting the ball back up and in. Let's have a look at the box score. Let me just see. Okay. You know the deal. I've just got to get it up. Here we go. Okay, so you can see Cam Johnson with 4 and 2 early. Nearly everyone's gotten on the scoreboard, which is good to see. You can see the shooting splits for the Nets thus far, 6 rebounds, and I do think that is... Let me have a look. 1 offensive. But we have had a couple that have been battered back, and the Knicks have been in the right place at the right time. For the Knicks, 7 to Randall, 3 to Grimes. You can see they're shooting the ball marginally worse, but that's because they've taken more shots. Pretty even game to start things off. The defense hasn't really been poor anything of the sort, so it's been a good start, I would have to say. You know, offense isn't always going to be clean with the team we've got at our disposal, but, you know, it is what it is. You just got to cope with what you've got, and we've had some good looks in there, but is Ben playing today? Yes, he is, off the bench. Cam might drop 50. Well, depending on how many minutes he gets, then, you know, you can probably bank on that. But, I mean, he scored 44 in 29 minutes. I do think. Alrighty. If you are enjoying nice and early, make sure to drop a like on the stream. And if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe as well. We are doing the Heat game in a couple of days' time. And then we'll be back to do some more streams after the All-Star break. And maybe a little video in between. I may analyze what the Nets defense is looking like nice and early. I may do a little spotlight video on the channel about that. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Here we go. Alrighty. So, side out on the baseline for the Knicks. They get it to Randall, who's facing up Bridges. Stays with excellently. And that's an air ball. That's what Mikal Bridges does with his length and his discipline on the defensive side. Dinwiddie, high screen Clax. Dinwiddie kick out to Finney-Smith for 3. He got it. And he could not buy a bucket from the outside. I mean, if at all, in the first 2 games in his Nets tenure. But he starts this one well and makes his first shot. Barrett trying to muscle his way to the rim. Rolls it back out, and he's got Clax guarding him on the wing. Lost his dribble for a moment. Stops. The pass was to no one, and he's got 1 to shoot. Gets it up over Clax. It's off. The rebound by Sims. Johnson strips it away. Finney-Smith just threw it to no one. Turnover. Barrett 3 is off. Rebound Bridges. That was the weirdest pass I've ever seen. Bridges is going to get pinged for a travel. Let's have a look. Where's the foul there? (14-12) though. Defense remains solid. Turnovers, we've got to keep those down. We can't be, we can't be careless with the ball at all. Joe Harris is in the game. Dayron also for rebounding purposes. Brunson for 3. Step back 3 is good. They're literally just looking at Joe Harris and thinking he's a traffic cone on defense. Though he has been scorching on offense, so maybe we'll look for him. Spence just lost the ball, and it's going to be free throws. The foul is on Sims. So 4:43 to play in the first quarter. 15-14, Knicks up. And yet again, it's been a bit of a grind. Both teams not shooting the ball particularly well from the field, but it's been a bit of a stop and start game as well. Jericho Sims to the bench, which is a good sign for us because he's a rebounding monster. We make free throw number 1. I just noticed the new player design's nice, but why is Curry beheaded? Oh, shit. Shit. Oh, my God. They've been sliced. You know what? We're going to run with it. It's just going to be a gag. I have to fix it. I may have shifted it. Hartenstein. Going to back down Bridges. He's doubled. And the wraparound pass to Josh Hart, who would cut backdoor, is off. I'll fix it at the timeout. So a good double there. You're forcing a center to, handle the rock and pass the ball. That's what we like to see. Simmons is in the game. He showed some good minutes. Bridges drives. Good hesitation. Dayron. Good feed by McCall. And the selfless team play gets us up 3. So Brunson in a switch with Joe Harris. I don't like this again. He's probably going to need to be doubled. He is by Bridges. Forced into a pass. Josh Hart to the corner for Quickly. It's going to be a foul on the pass. Brunson. It wasn't Brunson, sorry. Quickly is the guy who is fouled. Dayron picks it up. That's his first. So 18-15. Ball on the side for the Knicks. Brunson. He's got Dayron on him. Oh my God. He had him kissing the floor. And that was a nasty dribble package. A good bucket to finish it off as well. Finish off the good work. Simmons the kick out of Joe. Hand off to Spence. He's got Joe in the corner. Josh Hart picks him up there. Dinwiddie's going to shoot a wide open 3. They peeled off him and he knocks down the 3. Don't go under the screen. Cam needs to be fixed as well. Yeah, I know. We'll fix it in due time. Quickly. Switch. Hart doesn't shoot the 3. Goes down the middle. Hartenstein. Got it. That was way too easy. Easy bucket. After Dayron was in no man's land there. Joe. Not going to shoot the 3. Pass to Ben. Gets into the paint. The shot is good. Little hook shot, and it feels like the space is being freed up for him in there. If we can just find him, I think he'll get a few more shots up. So the high screen set by Hartenstein. Randall is dead to shoot it, and he does, and he knocks it down. Ben is going to know better for next time. That is pretty poor. We're going to get a timeout. Jacques Vaughn probably isn't too happy with that. And at the 2:35 mark, it is the Nets in front. Let me just fix this up. It's a bit of a shambles. I need to be super precise with this. So Cam is the reason they're there is so you can still see their head and it's not blocked by the camera. But in doing so, I've got to like really zoom in on the camera there. Because it looks really unnatural at the moment. Okay, now I'm actually moving the entire stream. And it's so small, so I can't even see if it's in alignment. It's still too high. Is that good? Yeah, I think that's good. That'll do. Alrighty. Box score time, you can see the Knicks are shooting it pretty okay. It's going to be interesting to see where the bench points come from, but they've got 10 from Randall, and he's found it pretty easily. And Brunson also accounts for 5 of theirs. We're shooting the ball well, but we've had 5 less shots. Dayron and Ben with some early scoring off the bench, and you've got Spence leading the way for the Nets with 7. Swear to God, he's been not really the focal point. I've sort of forgotten about him, but he's still, well, he's leading the way. So it's been good to see. The rebounding's not too shabby at all either, but whoops, I've just added 2 points. I'm going to get rid of those. Let me know if the audio is okay, people. These trades are an inconvenience, having to rejig graphics. They never think about what it means for others. Hey, I'm happy to do it. I actually really enjoyed making the new graphics with Mikal, Spence, and Clax. If it looks good, then you enjoy it, you know. Is it me or is our defense struggling a little bit? Oh, they're making some difficult shots. We've forced some really difficult looks, but you know, Randall and Brunson are making a couple of their shots. That possession by Ben on the previous play, though, he just left Randall way too wide open. I mean, probably was thinking he was going to drive it and you know, use his physicality to get to the bucket. So he wanted to block that one out, but you know, at the expense of closing him out. That 3 group looks far meaner and bigger than the previous 3. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it looks pretty. Yeah, it's probably because I've just done like headshots as opposed to, you know, getting an image of them, you know, in action. I just nabbed images from like media day and stuff. Johnson in the corner, he's got to shoot it. Ben, good off ball movement. He's just fucking blown a hook shot, and I forgot to start the timer. Wait, no, I didn't. Ben, you've got to score that. You had an open dunk. You had Brunson on you in the paint. Should be an absolute cakewalk scoring that. Randall and Brunson still in. Randall is doubled. Kick out to Josh Hart, who's dared to shoot from the top of the key. He got it, and the Knicks are back in front. You can't be giving Josh Hart wide open threes. Ben looking for Royce, who's also in the game. Johnson bounce past Ben. You had another layup which you passed up. Clax takes it on the bounce and missed it. Rebound to the Knicks. I'm actually liking Ben's off-ball movement. That was smart. He caught Randall napping, but you've got to dunk that. You have to dunk that. You had no one on you except Brunson. I'm not going to even... like, enough of this, like, fairy shit. Excellent, too, by Brunson falling to the turf. They can't miss at the moment. Joey. Kick out to Royce in the corner. Catch and shoot 3 is off. Rebound quickly. 8-0 run for the Knicks. Pass to Hartenstein, the give and go. Final minute of the first quarter. Quickly in a switch. Playing a bit of zone here. Hartenstein is picked up by Johnson. The bounce pass to Hart, who excellently makes a play off the ball yet again. The cut through the lane meant that there was an open 2 for him, but 6-point game. Ben lost it. He's got it back now. Joe shoots a 3. Bit of hesitation, but he can't fucking miss. He cannot miss. Did he get fouled? No, he didn't get fouled. Surely not. There was just a random ass stoppage out of nowhere. So the Knicks, one shot they will hold for. There is basically no difference between shot and game. Ben has got the assignment on Randall. Brunson wanted a screen set for him. Shake and bake. 3 is good, bro. You've got to get someone in his fucking face, dude. Johnson, 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot, lost the ball, and that's going to be the first quarter done. And it's actually 31-26, not 32-26, but that's the quarter done. The Knicks are sort of going against the grain with what we've seen in the first 2 games of this tenure. I might as well say the season. It's basically a new season, but you're seeing the Nets. I mean, we haven't really played awfully. Let's be real here, but that bench unit yet again comes in. Like, we're shooting the ball above 50%. There's no shame in that, but the problem is this. Well, they've had 4 extra shots. They've scored 5 3-pointers, and they haven't even assisted the ball, like, at will. 10 to Brunson, 10 to Randall. I mean, it's basically going to be Operation Stop Them, because Barrett's doing stuff all. Quentin Grimes is doing stuff all. We need someone who can score 40. As I said, we're not playing poorly on the offensive side. We're shooting the ball above 50%. The problem is stopping Randall and Brunson. And we're probably going to need to switch on a little bit more in order to get the job done there. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. If you are new to the stream, we are doing the Miami game in a couple of days. And then it will be us returning in about 9 days for the next game, which I don't even know who we're playing. I'd rather give Cam Ben's minutes. I mean, it makes sense, but that said, I don't actually think Ben played badly, where he's playing. It's just, he's just got to be a bit more locked in. He was in the first half last game, but it's about full court, not full court performances, full game performances, which is what we need to see. We don't see it enough, if at all. So it's a 6-point lead. They just, bro, yes, network, make up your mind. We probably need to win this game because we're only up 3 games on the Knicks. This is essentially what they call in European football a 6-pointer. Because you win, you gain pace. You don't gain pace. You gain more distance on a lead. And simultaneously, a team round about your position also loses. So it's a big game. Ben in the corner. Royce, Cam Johnson, catch and shoot 3 is off, and a rebound by the Knicks. Offense looking a bit ropes. Josh Hart just put his head down and scored for 2. That was way too easy. An absolute cakewalk. I want to see a few Utah minutes. I want to see... I don't even know. Cam Johnson shoots again, top of the key. This time he's fouled, and he's got a quick release on those 3-pointers. It's going to be 3 shots. Barrett picks up the foul. And the Knicks have got their entire bench in, aside from RJ Barrett. So we've probably got to maximize the minutes that are Randall and Brunson-less. Free throw for Cam is good. That's the first one good. Obviously a long way to go, but we've got Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson. Second free throw is off. Ben, Joe, and Royce. 5 on the floor. Excuse me. So So Johnson goes 2 of 3. Thing 2. And it is Joe who tipped it out of play as they were looking for Josh Hart. They're going to get it to quickly instead. And now give it back to Josh Hart. So Cam Thomas has got that assignment. I don't really know if I like the defensive ceiling with this bench. Bro, what are we doing? Bit of miscommunication on that 3-point defense, and the lead's out to 9. Royce, can he respond? Yes. But man, we've got to stop them on the threes. They've already scored 6 of those. They have not missed one of their last 10 shots. Started the game well, but this fucking bench, dude. Hart with a nice spin. The 2 is good. We can't get a stop. They've made 11 in a row. Ben picks up his dribble. Cam Thomas now on, or has Hartenstein picking him up on the perimeter. Cross, step back 2. Got it. That's basically a layup. And he knocks it down. We need to get stops. I'm going to have to get the stop chant in if we can't get a stop here. Quickly gets through. And the runner is off, but the putback is good. Ben, I swear to God, the amount of times you don't box out is baffling to me. Cam didn't get the foul/whistle. We were able to recycle. Johnson wide open. He's automatic, and he scores from the corner. Why is Ben on the floor? Well, it's either him or Dayron. Ben tips it. Quickly now has it. High screen set by Barrett, and we switch. Quickly takes on Johnson. What is Cam doing? Leaving Josh Hart wide open for 3, dude. That is unacceptable. Johnson on the outside. Gets it to Royce. High screen, Ben. Royce is left alone again. They went under the screen and he knocks down another 3. 5-point game. Knicks shooting 7 of 10 from downtown. We're shooting 6 of 10. Quickly, contested mid-range. Good defense by Joe. And it's off loose hands, but we secure. Royce tries to sizzle. He gives it to Harris in the corner and back out to Cam Thomas. Ben. Handoff back to Cam. Where's the foul, dude? Bro, this is a joke. He's been hacked like 3 times in that sequence. I don't even know how we remained in possession of the ball. I thought there was going to be a whistle well prior to that, but there wasn't. It never came, and it's going to be 2 free throws for Cam Thomas via this aggressiveness, which we have seen be a common trait of his game. Free throw is good, and we've got mass inclusions here. Clax, Dimwitty, Finney-Smith all return to the game. So Ben will go to the bench, I would assume. Johnson and Harris also go to the Pine. Okay. Second free throw for Cam is well short and a rebound Knicks. Toppin wants to push the pace. He gets it to Josh Hart. Now Hartenstein in the middle. Hart on the drive. Extra feed. Kick out. Toppin. Ball fake. 3. Off. Rebound. Cam Thomas off hands. He passes to Clax in the post. Fake the pass. Shot off the window and didn't get the roll. He got it back. Got blocked. And it's going to be a jump ball. Good defense by the Knicks. So it's going to be, I believe, Clax and one of Toppin. Yep, it's going to be Obi Toppin. So an interesting jump ball one-on-one here because Toppin has got hops. So 44-40, second quarter. The Knicks have had most of the lead in this game. Alrighty. So Claxton topping in the jump. Clax wins it. Every time I say Johnson, I think of Tyler Johnson. He's got that look. He's got the short sleeves. The short sleeve compression. Dinwiddie on the baseline missed the two. He wanted a foul. He's very frustrated. And in the process, it's a 4-on-2. The Knicks somehow screwed it up. But Josh Hart's got it now. We go under the screen and the three is off. Good defense by Clax. And we're going to get a technical on Spence. He wanted a whistle. Let's have a look at... Spence is not afraid to talk his mind. Quickly he's going to get the free throw. I'm very interested to have a look at this or to see what he was complaining about. Quickly makes the free throw. So Spence in possession, down 5. High screen Royce. And now another screen by Clax. Royce didn't shoot the 3. Gives it to Cam in the corner. Goes through the lane and he's going to get another whistle. It's going to be more shots for Cam Thomas. The 7:24 mark. Let's have a look at the shot. Spence on the Barrett closeout. Oh, big time! Right in front of the ref. He's been hit here. Fucking joke. Free throw 1 is good. Spence had an absolute right to speak his mind on that because that was a joke. Barrett to the bench. So is Josh Hart. Sims and Brunson back in. Thomas will shoot a second free throw to cut it to a single possession. If you are enjoying the stream, you know what to do. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We're doing plenty more Nets streams down the stretch. Cam Thomas makes both. And Brunson gets it from the inbounds. Picked up by Finney-Smith full court. That's one area we are dominating in the free throw count. 10-2. Brunson in a switch. And it's a 3 seconds. Spencer's just picked up a defensive 3 seconds. He's going to be walking a tightrope. If in the second quarter he's already agitated. So Brunson's going to get another technical. Dinwiddie's basically given 2 points. Well, that second point was, well, I thought it was in, but it actually wasn't. So if he did convert that, it would have been basically a possession's worth of technicals that he gave away in about 2 minutes. So not something you want to be really talking about. Brunson from the elbow. He can't shake off Clax. He kicks it out to Josh Hart. And the drive results in a miss. Good defense again. Dinwiddie. High screen Clax. Dinwiddie into the paint. Extra feed. Clax. Couldn't get it to go. He had to contort his body in a pretty awkward position in order to get that one up. It's going to be 2 free throws after the break. But we have a timeout. So 45-42. Let's have a look at the box score. All right. So box score time would suggest that, well, they've got 12 from Josh Hart. That's been a pretty good source of offense whilst Randall and Brunson are on the bench. They're shooting the ball really well, though. It's actually amazing they haven't, capitalized more. I mean, That said, we're shooting the ball exceptionally well as well. Cam off the bench with 5, 6 to Royce. We're playing a 10-man rotation. You can see Sumner and Utah have not seen time. I would like to see Sumner, potentially get run if we can't stop Brunson, but I would think that McCall is going to return after the break. He's only played 9 minutes, so you probably want to give him run the rest of the quarter. Cam Johnson with 9. He's leading the way for the Nets offensively, and Dinwiddie's also got 7. So it's been a good game from the newbies. And Royce off the bench with a couple big threes to keep us in touch. But it's just going to be defense knuckling down, because I don't think that's going to be sustainable. Them shooting 58% from 3, 52% from the field. That's not going to happen with the team we've got at our disposal. It's not going to happen. So, yeah. But let us know what you think about the game, about the stream. Any thoughts? Make sure to be vocal about them. Obviously, don't be afraid to say hello in the chat, especially if you're new around here. Obviously, we've got plenty of regulars speaking in the chat, so get involved. But we've got a lot of former players from Villanova, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, all playing today. They obviously hyped this one up pre-game as well. Very excited about the prospect of matching up. So, yeah. Alrighty. So it's going to be free throws for Clax after the break. 45-42 the scoreline. Alrighty. So McCall's still on the bench. I don't know if I agree with that. Clax bricks free throw 1. So it used to be a problem that he couldn't get enough power on the free throws, enough lift, but now he gets a bit too much. It's about finding the middle ground for him, I do think. 6:50 to play in the second quarter. Clax's second free throw is good. And the lead is cut down to 2. Brunson picked up by Finney-Smith in the backcourt. Now quickly, Brunson tries to... Oh my god. He did well there to have Finney-Smith on his toes, and unfortunately he's bumped into him, and it will be shots for Brunson. That's a bit of a stiff foul again. The Ben Simmons trolling is justified. It's not even trolling. It's justified. Because the man is, like, he's trash. More often than not, he's trash. So both converted by Brunson. And now Spence. Top of the key. Gets it to Cam. High screen Clax. Bounce pass to Dinwiddie. Gets right by quickly. Lost the ball. What's going on here? Did it go through the basket from underneath? I don't even know. The ball just flung out of Dinwiddie's hands there. Yeah, it went off Jericho Sims through the hoop. I don't even know how he did that. Alrighty, so Nets ball on the side. It'll be a reset. I thought. It's not. Spence. It's going to be Foul on the floor. Josh Hart will pick it up. And we're in the bonus, so it's not going to be the 3 shots where he was fouled from. Or the 3-point line is where he was fouled from. But he will get 2. We're in the bonus. So I tell you what, now that the lads are gone in KD and Kyrie, it seems like there's going to be a lot more free throws because Spence and Cam have a knack of getting to their spots, which is usually around about the restricted area. And in the last few games, the output's been much higher. So Spence makes both. And it's back down to a 2-point game. It's been hovering around, well, under half a dozen. Dayron with the swat. Oh, shit. He came out of nowhere. It's going to be a goaltend, but fair bloody play with the defensive recovery. Dayron's going to be ready, though, because Jericho Sims is on the perimeter. In no way, shape, or form is he shooting a 3-pointer. So Spence is going to get a high screen set by Dayron. And of course, I fucking knew it. He's going to get pinged for that offensive foul. With those illegal screens, dude. Can't be doing that, Dayron. Yet again, sticking his leg out. Is Ben Simmons the most overpaid contract on our roster? He's the most overpaid contract in the league. But yes, he's by far the most paid player on the roster. So Brunson getting picked up by Bridges. Randall, quick touch pass back to Brunson, the switch. Dayron's guarding Brunson. Why is Clax on the bench? Brunson to Quickly. We're playing some zone here. Quickly the spin. Nearly lost his footing. Hart now with the spin. Gets in the paint. And he somehow got the shot up. But Nets are able to secure the rebound. Spence, pull up 3, top of the key. We've seen that way too often in both tenures as a Net. Except now he makes it at a more consistent clip. And the lead is back down to 1. Randall for 3 to respond. That's short. Rebound, Dayron. Good work. Spence, is he going to do it again? Is he in the fields? Yes, he is. He missed it. Finney Smith bats it back. Dayron. Cam. He had Bridges open in the corner, but the floater was good for the 2. He could have tossed either option up. Nets back in front, and we have a timeout by the Knicks. We've gone on a little burst of scoring. And Spencer Dinwiddie's really been fueling that. Excellent work. 50-49 the score, and Spence, he's had his fair share of demons to overcome, and by demons, I mean the referees. But he's been pretty good. Even though I feel like he's not been in the game much, a lot of players have had touches. I do believe Spence is the high man scoring-wise. You can see for the Knicks, they're still shooting above 50%, but it has lowered since we last referred to the box score. And you can see 14 to Brunson. So it's very clear where the offense is going to be sourced from for the Knicks. But for a team that's shit offensively, we're shooting the ball really well. The problem is just, if we go back down, they've had 5 more shots and made 3 more. So we've got to be a little bit better defensively. But overall, Cam's got 7, Royce with 6, Spencer's got 12, 9 to Cam Johnson. These guys aren't getting an excessive amount of minutes either. Dayron's been decent in his, 4 minutes. I thought he was on the court for longer, but he hasn't been awful in that time either. A lot of players are going to be energetic in the second half because they've, quite frankly, they're not even playing a lot. They're barely playing. 13 minutes is the highest. So that's good to see. We have a bit more luxury because we go 12 men deep. And with that means that there's going to be a lot more players that down the stretch aren't as gassed. Soon as you put Ben on the bench, we went up. I think it's more just the lineup as a whole. We had Royce out there. We had Joe Harris out there. Cam Thomas out there with that group, which basically meant that the defense was just ropes because Joe gets absolutely bypassed on the drive. Royce gets bypassed on the drive if he's playing on guards or guarding guards. And Cam Thomas, we know he's not special either. Dayron, Ben is the small ball 5. I mean, that lineup needs work, but Jacques Vaughan, as we've mentioned, has to work through this. I do think it's going to take a fair portion of time. But the good thing is the All-Star break is right around the corner. And what does that mean? That means that there is going to be plenty of time to experiment with a group that works in the 9 or so days that we don't play. So that's key. Yeah. It's just going to be about this transition period, however long it takes. I'm happy to ride whatever wave we have to experience, no matter how rough it is. So Randall, picked up by Finney Smith, faces up, deep in the mid-range. Step back 2 is fluent. And look, he's forced into difficult shots, but he's not, they're not easy shots. That has to be... No, it's not going to be a foul. Bridges picked up by Brunson. Now, Spence is going to get it in the post. He got the foul. +1! Spence, I like that. I like that aggressiveness because Quentin Grimes, I don't think, is a particularly good defender either. And right there, was once again able to draw the foul and score the bucket. So one more free throw is good. And it's Jalen Brunson bringing the ball up. Bridges picks him up on the outside. High screen Jericho. Dayron remains in the game. Brunson shoots over him and scores the 3. I mean, we can't be switching that. Spence up top. Cam. He's going to drive on Hart. Doesn't shoot. Dayron looking to give it back to Cam. He's now going to give it out to Spence. 5 to shoot. Spence over Grimes. Missed it. Offensive board Dayron. And we reset for another possession. Finney Smith back to Spence and now Cam. In an ISO. Down the middle. Runner is off. Rebound Knicks. Randall with the spin. Now Josh Hart in transition. The kick out of Randall. Shoots over Dayron. That 3 is long. The rebound by Bridges. Bridges hasn't really been in the game. McCall drives this time. Step back 2. He wanted a foul. Got no fucking whistle again. And now wide open 3 for Brunson. Off. It looked very good on release, but unfortunately didn't get it to go, and now the Nets have a chance to take the lead back. Spence the kick out to the corner for Cam Thomas. Gets past the closeout. The floater is once again short. And a rebound by the Knicks. It's a good offensive possession, though. I'm happy with that. Randall in a switch. Got Dinwiddie on him. Backs him down. Dayron is thereabouts as well. Randall with the high arcing too. That's a tough shot. And yet again, a timeout needed by Jacques Vaughan. Bro, why has Dayron come back onto the court, though? Like, for a player like Clax, like, that is abysmal. How is he getting less than, like, 15 minutes a half? Unless you're going to give him an extended run in the back end. There is no reason to play conservative. So, 56-53. We've played much better in the second quarter, I have to say, but Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson, they've got to be stopped. Mind you, we're forcing them into difficult shots. But that said, we may need to enforce a double or something with that 5-man lineup that is basically impassable. If you are enjoying the stream, though, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new. We are doing plenty of streams down the stretch for Nets games. So if you want to stay notified when I go live, make sure to do exactly that. Get Royce to clamp him up like last time they met. Yeah, well, that's always one idea. But Randall's basically scoring over anyone, no matter who the defender is. Bridges to the corner for Cam Johnson. Closed out by Brunson. Backs him down. Shoots a mid-range. He was short on that one. The rebound by Grimes. And now Randall picked up by Finney-Smith. Backs him down. Spin towards the baseline. Good defense. He missed it. But you got to get the rebound, which we don't do. Grimes hit the deck. Randall in the corner. He's got 8 to shoot it. He goes baseline. He tries to walk the tightrope. That didn't work. Now he gets into the paint. Clacks good defense. And he forced the miss. Finney-Smith in transition. Doesn't shoot the 3. But Spence, I thought he was going to shoot it. He had a little bit of space. He's going to back down Grimes instead. Shoots the fadeaway too. And got it. Spence has been excellent on the offensive side of the ball in this game. In this quarter, though, both teams shooting sub 45%. Much different to the first quarter. Things have tapered off a little. Brunson, deep 3. Doesn't get the bounce. Good defense on the perimeter by Clacks. Dinwiddie. Bit of touch and feel on the drive. Kick out to Bridges. 3. Got it! McCall for the 3. And he stares down Jalen Brunson. Talk to him, McCall. All right. Brunson, high screen, Randall. So now Finney-Smith picks him up on the perimeter. Switch. Dinwiddie. Playing post defense, but Brunson scores at the edge of the paint. So 58 apiece. We've got 38 seconds left. Are we going to execute the 2-for-1? Dinwiddie wants it. He got it! Spencer Dinwiddie has 20. If it's not going to be Cam Thomas, it's going to be Spencer. We've made 9 of our 15 threes. Highly efficient in that area. Brunson on the outside. A 10-second difference between shot and game. Brunson going to wind down the clock. Finney-Smith. Guarding. Grimes misses the 3. Bridges with the board. He looks up at the shot clock. We got 6 to shoot. Spence is going to pull up for 3. I can feel it. Here it is. Step back 3. Okay, that was just uncalled for. That's the half. But look, it was worth a shot. It was worth trying to manifest. But that is the half. 61-58 the score. And it is a 3-point lead. Believe it or not, doing the math. Alrighty. So, 61-58 the score. Let's have a look at the box score. You know the deal. Share your thoughts about the half if you would like. But right now, Spencer Dinwiddie switching it on. He's got 3 threes. He's shooting 6 of 12. He's been very aggressive in the paint. He's drawn fouls. Let's have a look at the extended. You can see he's had 5 free throw attempts. We've generally speaking been pretty good at, getting to the free throw line. You've got Royce scoring off the bench. Cam also getting his fair share of free throws. We've had 15 overall. And we're shooting the ball very, very well. 5 offensive rebounds to go with that. Probably need to up the ante in the second half. But overall, I'm not too fussed. I want to see the turnovers, though, actually. I feel like we've been pretty good there. Yeah. Once again, we've proven to be a very good non-turnover team. If that makes sense. We have barely turned the ball over in these few games with the new team. Yeah, but I think in the second half, like we've got to be careful because in the first half, 60, 52 last game. 60 to 52. And we didn't even exceed 100. So I think the key thing is in this game, we need to stay afloat offensively. It would probably help if we can get some big time Cam minutes down the stretch. I do think that's one thing that Jacques Vaughan stuffed up in the previous game, but that was to be expected. You know, you weren't going to be perfect with your allocation of minutes, given it was the first game with everyone available, and thus you have a really deep team. So right now it seemed that Sumner and Utah being the two unlucky ones. I would like to see some Sumner minutes in the second half to pick up Brunson in those minutes where Spence is on the bench. And I play Sumner off the ball on offense. Brunson and Randall are making some ridiculous shots. They'll eventually slow down. That's obviously what we're banking on, but we've got to focus on the controllables, and we've just got to probably play a little bit better defensively. We've got to make him earn it at the rim. I think we've got to force the drive and not get those threes and those deep twos. I think we've got to double them, or we've got to smother them on the perimeter. Cam and Ed driving may force the refs to give us some calls. We've already had 15 free throws. So it's not us getting calls, which is the problem. It's us getting more calls to compensate for the ones that actually were fouls, you know? Let's have a look at the Knicks. You can see Randall 14, Brunson 19. You can see 12 to Josh Hart. That's the 3 plays in double figures. And the clear 3 players that are holding the Knicks up. They've got 3/4 of their points. They're shooting the ball well, but it was better. They were shooting the ball at about 58% from 3, and 52% from the field, but those numbers have gone down. They've made 1 of their last 6 3-pointers, which is good. Hopefully that trend continues into the second half. But yeah, it's going to be Operation Stop Julius and Brunson. That said, like, we already seem like they started pretty scorching hot from the field, but they've sort of, you know, they're still shooting the ball really well, above 50%, both of them, but they were better. So if we can keep on going with this, and knuckling down on the defensive side, then I think it'll really play into our favor. But yeah, it's just going to be down the stretch who can score the big shot. And I do think if it comes to a close game, if it comes down to scoring some clutch buckets, we need to go drive it to the cup. I do think we'll get the call. That said, that take could age very terribly. Given that graphic I showed pre-game with Spence, those missed calls. Spence wearing a Nets uniform and missed calls go hand in hand. Let's be real. But yeah. So overall, decent first half. We had 6 less shots. We out-rebounded them by 4. That's good. Assists only 10. Probably want to get that up to about 20, 25 maybe. Turnovers, I believe they were in, well, definitely single digits. Probably below 5. Yeah, 3. So we've remained disciplined in that regard as well. And that's going to be also of, I think, of emphasis in the second half. We only forced 2 though. That's probably going to need to be a point of focus, trying to force more turnovers and whatnot, and you know, we'll be able to get out and score some more fast break points pretty easily. But overall, I don't think this was a bad first half by any stretch by the Nets. We probably need more from McCall on the offensive side. I do like the minute allocation though. But it's just going to be a matter of the bench. Who do you play off the bench when the starters are out? That is, I think, the key question for Jacques Vaughan to have to contemplate and consider. Who do you play off the bench? Do you stagger minutes with certain players? Do you just run 5 completely different players separate from the starting 5 unit and let Cam go to work? But yeah, no Utah minutes tonight either, which is very, very surprising, I do have to mention. If you are enjoying the stream though, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. If you are new to the stream, we are, well, under 100 subs away from 1K. So if we can, let's see if we can get there. I don't really have a time. I'm just saying, let's see if we can get there. Okay. Do I think Spence is going to score 20 more in the second half? Probably not. So as I said, Cam Johnson, he had a pretty decent first half. I'd like to see more out of him. Maybe a few more touches. Clax in the paint, he was pretty imposing. More so on the defensive side though. McCall's definitely got to get on the scoreboard. We did see some good bench output in terms of scoring, but I do think, well, I reckon Cam's probably going to get some run, I think. Overall, though, decent half. We're in front. It's pretty, it could be worse. Let's be honest. I would like to see some more lobs by Spence to Clax. Yeah. Around the grounds, let's just have a look. I'm always intrigued to see what, new acquisitions for other teams, what that does to the roster. Or, yeah, to a team's chances of winning. The Hawks obviously got Sadiq Bey approved. Yet they're losing by 12 to Charlotte, who don't have Mason Plumlee, who's had a really good year. LaMelo and Terry Rozier have been bowling out. Who else? Cleveland playing Spurs. Cleveland didn't really get anyone. 32 by Mitchell. The Spurs basically have a bunch of G Leaguers in their roster, on their roster. The Pacers, who do they have? George Hill, Jordan Nwora, they're new. Halliburton's leading the way for them. Utah have they've lost players. They don't really have anyone playing. Of note, the Sixers beating Houston. Jalen Green's been so inefficient. He's shooting 30% on 20 shots. I'd like to see some decent Edmund minutes. Yeah. Purely to guard Brunson. If the bench is in whilst Brunson is on the court, you have to play someone like Sumner. Needs Clax to play more than Ben. How many points Ben got? Only the 2 points. Is made as many baskets as he has blown layups. Didn't the Cavs get Danny Green? They did, but that one, I believe, got approved yesterday, maybe. We need Mikal to get going. Knicks play too much ISO. Well, that's the thing. Their offense has just been on the back of them making good, contested shots. If you miss that shot, it's not a good shot. That's all it comes down to, really. So it's just going to be a matter of whether they make or miss more shots. Sixers have got Embiid, Harden, and Maxey above 20 each. Knicks are shooting absolutely rubbish from the field. I don't even know how they're still in the game. Denver playing Miami. Is Thomas Bryant playing? Yes, he is. He's played 8 minutes off the bench. Wouldn't imagine he's gonna get a lot of time behind Jokic, but is what it is. Their team is really weird. Who have the Heat got? They got no one. They're still going toe-to-toe with Denver. We know our game. Orlando beating Chicago. Chicago suck. And they've made no improvements whatsoever to, like, beef up the squad. The Pelicans are beating OKC. Pelicans playing really well. Who else? Yeah, OKC are playing a bit rubbish right now. Not shooting the ball well. Man, the Pelicans are lights out. Ingram started really well. Minnesota, Dallas. That game's got Kyrie and Luka. Kyrie got 2 and Luka's got 6. Their starting 5 is Bullock, Powell, Irving, Doncic, Green. And their bench is really ropes. They got Jaden Hardy. They got Chris Wood. JaVale McGee. They've been buying minutes from McKinley, Wright, and Theo Pinson. And they don't have... Who are they missing today? Tim Hardaway. Those Suns and Dallas YouTube commentators will soon know what you knew all along. With regards to what, my friend? I'm a Raptors hater just for them being too stubborn to not trade their pieces away. You know what? I would be over the moon if this, like, we come out of this better. Because I have a feeling that Dame is going to want out at some point. If I'm the Nets, you have to go for a player like Dame. It's not fun commentating on teams with Kyrie and KD. Oh, I thoroughly enjoyed commentating Kyrie and KD games. It was a joy to watch them play. So if anything, they're going to be fascinated by the way in which they're able to just, score buckets when they're absolutely not on offer. So yeah, it will be Miami, which is a game we will cover. And then not the last game, but the next game will be Nets Chicago 9 days after that. So we will be here for that. So make sure to tune in. I don't know why I'm stuttering again. I do think that Dame is an option. My favorite KD moment was that ankle breaker on Gafford. Yeah, that was a bit saucy. I don't think Gafford wants to ever relive that moment ever again. But hold on, I'm sitting on... There we go. Yeah. Okay. Dame not leaving. He got no help. Well, yeah. I'm saying if Dame wanted to ask, or if he asked out and left, you have to, I reckon, swoop. You have Dame around this defensive team, and your offensive problem is instantly solved. Or it probably is solved. No star wants to play for the Nets. Obviously, Josiah, is the common denominator in all this, but if you are the Nets, though, I'm not speaking about any external stuff. Just like logistically, as far as basketball goes, Dame would be a nice acquisition. So Spence, top of the key. We get into offense. McCall, around the screen, shoots a 2, and he missed it. Didn't get the bounce. Good contest by, I believe it was Barrett. So Brunson on the perimeter in a switch. Johnson picks him up. Twin 2. Thing 2. Barrett in the corner, picked up by Clax. You already know there's going to be a tough shot manufactured from this. He kicks it out to Randall. He was wide open. It's got to be our ball. It's got to be our ball. Oh, fuck off. How is it their ball, dude? Every fucking possession. Can't be asked. I don't even care if it was off the Nets. We just never win those 50-50s ever. Brunson. Oh, excellent cross. He got rid of Johnson and the runner was good. So yet again, they manufactured a second opportunity and were able to capitalize. Spence on the drive, the acceleration, the wraparound of Clax. Excellent take and the two-handed throwdown. Everyone is saying we got a chance to get Trey, but he's such a traffic cone on defense. No chance I want Trey Young. He's a bit of a chucker. And he's pretty, like, he's a bit of a turnover machine, I think. Grimes, catch and shoot corner three is good. And he's been pretty efficient as well. He's taken quite a few shots, but low volume, but high efficiency is what you want to see from a guy who's probably your fifth option. Dinwiddie, where's the foul, dude? He's getting held. Knicks the other way. Barrett, body bump. Bridges stays with him. That's a tough shot. He hasn't made a shot all day and he's converted that. So Spence on the outside. Cam Johnson gets into the paint at the elbow. Rolls it back out of Dinwiddie. Spence. Cross. Where's the foul? He's getting bumped, dude. What a fucking joke. Barrett high off the window. Where's the foul? Oh, my life. How was there not one foul call out of those two? McCall into the paint. Nearly turned it over. Didn't. Ended up with Finney Smith. He, oh my God, he was met with some good physicality by Sims and another miss. Barrett, oh, sorry, Randall behind the back. Post up, kick out. Brunson, why is he wide open? Instant timeout. Absolute fucking joke with the refs though, man. I cannot be fucked. Spence is getting fouled on like every single fucking possession. I just want to search for fun NBA refs on Twitter and see what is being said here. Because this is this is a joke. Alright, let's have a look. Refs are selling. Is this a Nets fan? Yep. I've seen plenty of stuff about this game. We just don't get calls, though. It's just rubbish. I'm not blaming that entirely, but there's fouls in there. Bro, LaMarcus Aldridge is working out for Dallas. What do they need him for? They got Chris Wood, and if they need McGee, they got him. Aldridge is a traffic cone on defense. They probably want him for offense, but Chris Wood gives that. That's cooked. Alrighty. We've just got to... I have faith in this team that they'll bounce back. No issues, no stress. We do need a bucket, but it's going to start with the stops. Got to knuckle down, but we also do need a bucket. Defense is lifted. Aldridge can still shoot. Yeah, but... what's his name? Chris Wood can... Wait, it's not Chris Wood. Christian would. Yeah, Chris would. Yeah. He can shoot it as well. He's probably a better shooter than Aldridge, I don't know. But defensively, Aldridge is a traffic cone. He can't even move his feet. Alrighty. 8:54 to play. We're down 7. Same 5 on the floor for both sides. Obviously, no incentive for the Knicks to get rid. Johnson, excellent no look. +1 Clacks. Excellent dime by Cam Johnson. Looked like he was going to feed Spence or McCall, who was also wide open in the corner. But they doubled up in the paint and committed the foul. There was no size on the interior, and Barrett will pick up the foul. So that's a good play out of the timeout. I love that. Free throw for Clacks incoming. And it's good. So 70-66. Knicks with the lead. Defense has got to knuckle down, though. We didn't switch on that possession. Bridges picks up Brunson. Oh my God. Are you fucking serious? He stuck the arm up and McCall took a shot and they've called a foul on him. Excellent move by Brunson. But what the fuck is that? I mean, that elbow was errant. That's rubbish. That is probably free throws, but you can make a case the other way. Brunson is short on the free throw. Ball don't lie. Bridges brings it up. He's got to get into the game on the offensive end, man. Spence. The high screen arrives by Clacks. And now he's still got Brunson on him. Dinwiddie out to Johnson. To the corner for Bridges. He fumbled it out of play. And the Knicks are switched on defensively, man. They're locked in. They were glued on that possession. We're just not getting anything our way right now. Brunson drive on Clacks. Kick out. Barrett doesn't shoot. Gets into the paint. Johnson with the active hands and the steal. Clacks. Excellent work, Clacks! Let's go! Claxton with a 2+1. The second time in about a minute. And it looked like he was going to feed McCall, who was running with him as support, but it is a make. +1. Randall full-on tried to bear hug him mid-air, but still, Clacks is like, no thank you, I'm going up and scoring the 2. And he misses the +1. So, Clacks, 60% on 5 attempts from the free throw line. The lead is back down to 4 for the Knicks. Brunson, picked up by Johnson on the outside. Tightly guarded. Good work by Johnson. Stayed right with him. Now Randall, step back 2 on Finney-Smith. That's an awful shot. Way up on the backboard there. And the Nets in transition. Dinwiddie is held up by Grimes, who is now looking more engaged in this second half. They double Dinwiddie. Skip pass. Johnson 3 is off. The rebound by Clacks. He saves it. Finney-Smith in the corner. He got it. Excellent recycling by Clacks. Said no one ever, but I'm saying it. Excellent, excellent stuff by Clacks there. Getting the board, finding the open man. Sometimes it's just that simple. And Finney-Smith, who has only taken 2 shots, has scored both. 72-71, we've responded well since, we conceded that run in the back end. Well, sorry, the beginning of the third quarter. It's good. Alrighty. Clacks should be Defensive Player of the Year for sure. For sure he should. let's have a look at the box score and see what's been happening, what's changed since the halftime break. You can see that Clax has actually been a pleasant surprise offensively in this second half. He's got 7 points. He's had 2 and 1 opportunities. He's 3-3 from the field. And we've got Dorian knocking down his second 3 of the game. Bridges, as we mentioned, needs to probably lift his offensive output, but defensively he hasn't been awful either. Shooting-wise, shooting the ball still very well, but the problem is the Knicks are matching that, and then some. Brunson's got 26. Randall has really dropped off, and if anything, I think we can exploit that more than some people would flag. They're shooting back above 50%, and the threes are down, but look, it's a close game nonetheless. There's not too much that can separate. If one team's winning a certain category, if one team's winning a certain category, then the other team is winning in a different category. So, 72-71. Okay. So a good response out of the timeout after we conceded that 12-2 run. We've responded with a 9-1 run of our own. And it's been good that Clax has been able to get going in this second half. Especially without Spencer or McCall really hitting the score sheet. It's a tough game to predict, though. I don't know who's going to win this game. So, I do think defense is going to where it's going to be done. Whoever can get more stops down the stretch, I think is going to be very well positioned to win this game because it's been more so done on the offensive side. With both teams already having exceeded 70 points and probably on track to get to about 85 by the end of the third. So I thought this game would be decided between two teams who score under 100 points, but it looks like we're going to exceed that mark well before the conclusion of the game. Randall to the corner for Brunson. He got by Johnson. Where is the foul, man? You're just pulling fouls out your ass. Literally, Mikal Bridges gets hit in the face, no offensive foul. Cam Johnson lightly touches Brunson, and it's a foul. You've got to be consistent with the whistle. I'm happy for you to call that a foul, but we get nothing at the other end. They're treating Spence the exact same way on drives, and they don't call the whistle. It's a joke. Brunson's already got 9 in the quarter. We haven't even exceeded the halfway mark. Dinwiddie, cross, behind the back, spin, drive, 2, didn't get the angle. It was a good move, but didn't get the execution down pat. Now Randall in the corner, picked up by Finney-Smith. Drive, back down. Clax is there. Doesn't bite on the pump fake, and Grimes fumbled it out of play. It's a good defensive stop by the Nets. Clax and Finney-Smith just not moving. And that's exactly what you want to see from this team. Nothing but difficult buckets. Spence on the perimeter. He's doubled initially. And now Finney-Smith back out of Spence. He's got 2 to shoot. Deep 3. Way behind the line. It's off. Bridges gets the long board. Into the paint. Foul. Doesn't get the roll. It's going to be 2 free throws for McCall. And Barrett's been probably the most prone to picking up a foul in this game. So it's probably a smart idea to attack. And on that occasion, McCall definitely did well in that regard. And once again, the second chance opportunities, creating an open look or, more opportunity to score as well. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like. And if you are new, subscribe to the show. We are doing plenty more Nets streams down the line. We will be covering this team. Obviously, a very interesting situation they're currently placed in, but we're going to be here for the ride nonetheless. So Bridges shooting a second free throw to cut it back down to 1. And he got it. 5:47 to play in the third quarter, and it's Brunson. Randall on the perimeter. Bounce pass to the cutting Grimes. He lost it. Sims saved the ball quickly in the game. Passes it back out to Randall. Shoots over Clax. The 3 is off. That's exactly what we want to force. Royce looking for Bridges in the post. He's got Brunson on him. He kicks it out to Finney-Smith. Doesn't shoot the 3. Stops. McCall back out of Finney-Smith. Shoots a 3. Got it! From the elbow. It wasn't from the elbow. I mean, it was a 3-pointer. How can it be from the elbow? But Finney-Smith has been a sniper in this game. Still hasn't missed on the outside. He's in the fields right now. Brunson in a switch. He's got Clax on him. Tries to shake him off. Doesn't do so successfully. Grimes got right past Royce. Where's the foul there? That is a joke again. He's fallen to the floor from nothing. I'll need to see the replay and then be proven wrong and it actually was a foul. But let's have a look. Grimes got right by Royce. Where's the foul? Okay, yep. That's a foul on Bridges. Dude. Free throw for Bridges. Oh, not Bridges. Bloody hell. Free throws for Grimes. He made the first one. And we've got some changes. Look at Royce there. Like on this possession where we've just conceded free throws, Royce just got blown right by. So flat-footed. Cam looking for McCall. High screen set. Kick out to Cam. Got past. Elbow jumper is off. Rebound Knicks. Good look. It was wide open. Randall gets right by Dayron. And the 2 is too easy. How on earth did Dayron end up on Julius Randall? So Dayron looking for McCall. Stops. He's been trapped. Wrestled. Oh my god. Dayron kept it alive and scored for 2. That was a messy possession. How on earth did Dayron end up with 2 on that basket? McCall was getting hassled. He lost it. Got it back. Then got blocked. But Dayron was there for the follow-up. Randall behind the back. Can't shake off Finney-Smith. And now we have a pretty heavy foul by Finney-Smith. We need to offload Ben in the offseason. It shows something when Sharp is getting more minutes than him. Well, it's just more so the fact that Ben just doesn't know how to box out for the life of him. So free throws coming up for Randall. It has been toe-to-toe. Neck and neck in this game. I mean, it's been very unrelenting. Both teams just, trading punches. And we've had quite a few lead changes, ties. The game hasn't gotten out to a double-digit deficit, I think, the entirety of the way. Maybe the highest was 9. But there's always been teams within, breathing space. Or there hasn't been breathing space. There's always been teams, within touching distance. Randall is perfect from the line. And it is the Nets bringing it up. Randall's efficiency has gone out the window. He's shooting at 7 of 16 now. Royce out to Cam. One more for McCall. Surely on the gather. Surely on the gather. It's on the floor again. Oh my God. It's the same rubbish on the other end and you call us shooting. Bro. Can't be asked. JV favors the new guys too much. To be fair, like, we need Cam on the floor. But Royce isn't really doing it for me at the moment. Here he is now. Drive. Alley-oop. Dayron with the little alley-oop layup. I like the feed by Royce. And that was pretty on-the-fly decision-making by Dayron. But he made it work. And now it's back to 80 apiece. Bridges with the swat. And you've called... I thought he called the foul. But instead, Bridges sends that one out of play. He ain't having that. Brunson wanted the contact, but Bridges stayed with him. Kept the arms up high. And it will be Knicks on the baseline. Brunson out to Hartenstein. And he's going to give it to Randall, who's picked up by Royce. I like this. Randall, 3 is off. We know how Royce put Randall on clamps the last meeting. Cam into the paint. Had Brunson in the air. Excellent active hands. And he saved it. Awesome all-round defensive possession by Brunson. Quickly on the outside. Don't go under the screen. Quickly misses. Dayron with the board. He's going to bring it up. Gets it to Bridges. High screen Dayron. Bridges keeps it high. I think he was looking for Dayron. I don't think there was any communication there. Brunson, what a change of pace. Unbelievable hesitancy. And then was able to get right by Joe Harris, who was... He was on skates on that possession. Cam gets into the mid-range. He rolls it out to Royce. Sees Dayron under the basket, who's picked up by Josh Hart. And they identified the mismatch. It's going to be free throws for Dayron, who isn't bad from the line. Any player who sees Joe is eating, well, granted, that move, I think any player's getting done. Yeah. They're getting absolutely done by that. Because that was an unbelievable move. I'm going to be keeping it 100% a buck. That was... Yeah, he wasn't playing there. Dayron misses number 1. We've had our chances from the line. We've got to be capitalizing. Final 2 minutes of the second quarter, or third quarter, should I say. I'm just holding out for the quarter to end because I need a bathroom break. McCall's gone to the bench. Dayron will have the second free throw. And he missed both. Fucking excellent. Both of them hit back iron, and now the Knicks can reinforce their lead just slightly. Brunson. Step back 3. Bro, Joe is fucking shit. I've just dropped my glasses. Bro, seriously, get Joe off Brunson. Why is he fucking picking him up? Cam gets to his spot. And why did he pass up the layup? A foul on the floor, and it's going the way of the Nets. Dayron's going to get more shots. You can't be switching this. I don't care how many times I have to say it. Joe cannot be guarding. Fuck's sake. What don't you get? He's getting cooked. Dayron's free throw is good. Hopefully he makes amends for the 2 he just missed. So the lead's back down to 4. I have plenty of faith that we're going to make up this deficit in the last quarter. That's to say, we will have a deficit to deal with. Obviously, still a minute 17 to play in this quarter. So we can tie the game or take the lead, one of the two. There's going to be a timeout. That's a really random time to take a timeout. Maybe it's trying to stunt Dayron's flow. But let's just have a look and see what the NBA ref discussion is on. Oh, that's nasty. Hartenstein's got a cut. That's why it stopped. Alrighty. So Dayron is gonna get this run to the end of the quarter. I'm really interested to see what the rotation is because Dayron definitely isn't gonna get played down the stretch. It's gonna be a matter of how long they keep him in. Last game we probably would have said that the bench unit needed to get less run down the stretch. The bench needed more run. Dayron's second free throw is off. That timeout works to perfection. But I reckon you need to get the starters back in. Joe is a liability, dude. Brunson now trying to shake and bake on Finney-Smith. You can't switch that. Joe's back on him. They double him. Josh Hart into the paint. The two is... Oh, my God. You can't be fucking serious. How he scored that, I have no idea. It's going to be 2+1 for Josh Hart, but who committed the foul there? Dayron. What the fuck? Let's have a look. Dayron, that is the most careless closeout I've ever seen in my life. Oh, for God's sake. We forced the ball out of his hands and commit a fucking and one. Give away an and one. Dayron got to go. Well, you called for Ben to not play, so... Well, you didn't specifically, probably. Cam is doubled. They nearly get a steal. Royce is going to get an open two under the basket. He fucking blew the layup. Oh, my God. And free throws. You can't be fucking serious. 36.4 to play. Where was the foul? I'm now just being very irrational with my calling for a foul. Fuck's sake, dude. Hartenstein going to get 2 at the line because the Knicks are in the bonus. Ben has been on the bench the entire third quarter. At this point, I'd take Patty for some offense. Play Sumner. I don't understand what Sumner did to get no run. So 2-for-1 opportunity here. Royce is just going to take it to the cup, put his head down, and get fouled. That's how we want to do it. That's on JV. I obviously, as I've said pre-game, I've said I'm going to cut him some slack because we literally have not got any clue what the best lineup is. We've got 2 games with a completely different team. Alright. But forewarning, I will just go to the bathroom in as soon as the quarter is at its conclusion. I really need to go. We got 31 seconds for me to hold out. Royce makes both at the free throw line, and the Knicks are going to have to absolutely bolt up the court if they want a 2-for-1, but they're going to hold for 1. 7-second difference between shot and game, give or take. Brunson picked up by Clax on the perimeter. Now the switch over Johnson. Brunson can't miss. He's a fucking sniper. He scored 17 in one quarter. Bridges is back in for offense. Gets in the paint. The kick out. Royce. Good ball fake. And he is well short on the three. Okay. I'm going to recoup. And I will be back in just a second. All right, we're back. Okay. Big last quarter incoming. We're facing down the barrel, staring down the barrel. Of a first loss against the Knicks in about 4 years. Ben is going to start the last quarter. Cam Johnson, Royce, Joe, and Spence in the game. Alrighty, here we go. 10-point deficit to have to dig out of. Here we go. It's going to be all defense. We've conceded 93 and 3/4. That's a terrible fucking start. Quickly was just able to blow right by. Did I say quickly? Yeah. And the alley-oop to Topham was good. So it's a 12-point lead, the highest that's been all game. Johnson scores off the window. So it's going to start on the defensive side. It's that simple. It's not rocket science. Here we go. Oh my fucking god, dude. Foul after 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 foul. Quickly is short on the first. Gotta clamp. Gotta clamp him now. Quickly, second free throw is good. Okay. So Royce is gonna hand it to Ben. Hartenstein picks him up on the outside. Just take it off the dribble, fam. I can't be asked, Ben. Royce, straight out. Joe and Royce, miscommunication, ball out of play. Have to get stops. It's a non-negotiable at this point. The audio? Yeah, the audio is fixed. Quickly. Barrett just dribbled it out of play. It's going to be Nets ball. I thought I didn't turn it on for a second. Dimwitty drive. Foul. Got it. Come on. Lift. 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 Okay. Suspense. Free throw here. I do like, because the other day in the second quarter, Spence playing with Ben worked really well. That was Spence's first points of the second half. And the lead's back down to 8. We've got to cut the deficit even more now. Come on. Quickly gets by Johnson. Hartenstein rolls, and he traveled. Come on. That's good. Okay. Ben to Johnson. Back out of Spence at the logo. High screen Ben. Out to Johnson. Shoots the 3. He's short on that one. And a rebound Hartenstein. I don't like that. I like the idea, but I think you've got to get a better look than that. Make it a little bit less predictable. Quickly, back out of Josh Hart. Spin move. Joe stays with. Barrett top of the key. The 3 is off. Ben with the board. Full court pass. It's not on! Ben! Oh, you can't be fucking serious, Ben. Absolute joke. Absolute fucking joke. What are you sending a full court pass for? And then you leave him for a wide open layup. You're the only player standing in the restricted area, and you don't even bother contesting it. That alone should be enough to send you to the bench, not to see minutes again. You got the rebound. You boxed out perfectly well. I'll give you credit for that. But then you throw away all the hard work. If we bring the ball up and score, it goes back down to half a dozen. Instead, we're back down double figures again. Such a fucking dumb turnover. Like, you have the pace to bring the ball up yourself in the equal amount of time. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you want to stay notified when I go live. But as far as the game is concerned, not enjoying myself here. Trade that guy's contract is the only problem inside this rebuild. It's a big problem. I would honestly take James Johnson. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I'm going to take that back. I was going to say I'd rather James Johnson over Ben. James Johnson was enough to get the worst of anger out of me. What's JV thinking? Well, you guys are somewhat part of this. In saying, we don't want Dayron. Yeah, okay. So let's play Ben. But we don't want Ben. Well, then who do you want? Blacks can't play the entire game, unfortunately. And small ball 5, we're going to get torched against the team who's prone to, or against a team who actually owns the #1 spot in offensive rebounding. So I don't think you can afford to play small ball. Nets fans, get your refunds. This is garbage. It's not. It's just the fact that Jalen Brunson is playing out of his mind. Even if he was playing well, we would probably be tired. It's the fact he scored 36 already on ridiculous shooting splits with Mikal Bridges guarding him. Like, there's no hope. I want to see Utah minutes though, man. Spence gets by Hartenstein. The pass to Johnson wasn't great. He's going to get it back. Royce doesn't shoot the three. He bounced it off the leg of... Well, it was off Ben's foot, but it actually... Like, they thought it was off the Knicks. So he actually got let off there big time. Johnson going to take Toppin off the dribble. It's good defense. You got to help him. Gets it to Spence. Catch and shoot three is off. It's been a bit ugly to start this last quarter. There's, as I said, the Knicks are playing very, very well defensively. Ben with the active hands. And it's going to be, well, I thought it was off the Knicks. Have a look. No, it's off Ben. So, wait, it should have been Nets ball. Here we go. Barrett and Royce getting into a little bit of a kerfuffle here. Little bit of feeling in this game now. Knicks up 10. All right, Josh Hart looking. It's an offensive foul on Barrett. So there was a little bit of a scuffle between Barrett and Royce initially, and immediately committed an offensive foul. I'll take Aldridge instead of Ben. You really wouldn't. Once again, another three off. Stop shooting the three. Drive it. Barrett's on 5 fouls. They're running with him, so I don't even think they care if he's not closing. Quickly one-on-one with Johnson. On the outside, cross into the paint, and the two is good. It's far too easy. This bench is rubbish. You need more size. Spence, good acceleration. Kick out of Royce. Joe doesn't shoot the three. He got by. Corner three for Johnson. Got it. Very, very good on the catch. And he was pretty automatic on that one. Cam hasn't seen minutes in this second half. Interesting call. Cam Thomas, that is. Quickly. Trying to take on Johnson. Good cross. The kick out for Hart. Top of the key. It's off. Rebound Royce. We push the pace. Royce out to Spence. Catch and shoot three is long. Ben knocks it out. Joe to Royce. Back out to Spence again. Do not shoot the three. He's going to back down quickly, and it's going to be a foul on quickly. Where's the... Bro, he got fouled on the shot. Dude. Ben has been... Oh, sorry, not Ben. Spence has been really frustrated today. Very agitated. And at times, with plenty of reason to be exactly that way. Ben to Cam Johnson. Couple screens set by Ben. What the fuck is Ben doing? He can talk all he wants about me being... He's like, I'm still taking time to ease back in. I don't give a shit how eased back in you are. You've been playing for 4 months. You should be able to set a normal screen. He's done 3 illegal screens in this game. Quickly corner three is good. Fuck's sake. Long way to go, but this lineup cannot continue. Spence is getting wrapped up! And he scores +1. Far out! And I think I could do a bit of lip reading. I'm level 1 on lip reading, but I could see him say, God damn, on that possession. Because he's seriously being wrapped up by Josh Hart on the perimeter. How we even... What a joke. Ben goes to the bench. Thank God for that. Clax is back in. Do we have any more changes? Is Spence going to play the rest of the way? Because he's been playing since late in the third. Spence makes the free throw. And Brunson is back in. For God's sake, dude. They're going to switch him on to Joe again. You've got to double this. Josh Hart wide open for three. That's off. Get the board. Knicks get it again. Good work by Royce. It somehow ended up in the lap of the Knicks. And somehow Josh Hart scores +1. We did everything right on that possession. Forced the miss. And then Royce tips it on the second opportunity. But it somehow ended up with New York. Oh my God. Where's the foul there? You can't be fucking serious. As I said, like on previous instances, it's probably a foul, but because of the inconsistency, I'm triggered. Spence, high screen. Spence shoots a three, and that's well long. You've got to stop shooting him, Spence. Such a tendency to do that when the going gets tough. Finney-Smith picked up by Randall. Oh my God. Another foul. It's going to be a side out for the Knicks. Wonder how this Kyrie and Luka thing will work out. They're getting whooped right now. Well, it's currently because the offense yet again has fallen off a cliff in the second half. And it's the bench. Cam Thomas glued to the bench is a cardinal sin. That said, he has missed a fair portion of his shots. Brunson, picked up by Bridges on the outside. So who are we missing? Step back three. That's off. Get the board. Oh, thank God. I thought we nearly conceded an not an offensive foul, an offensive rebound. Thank God, because otherwise we were cooked. The Nets need a lot of practice. I guarantee they haven't even had enough reps. That's why this is a grace period, but at the same time, it's infuriating to watch nonetheless. So 6:25 to play. We're going to have to make serious inroads. We haven't done so the entire quarter. I just combined quarter and Dinwiddie into one word to say quarty. A charge. A charge on Spence now. Oh my God. Actually got to get shots up. Doesn't help if you're turning the ball over. Brunson. Oh my God. What are we? We're running small ball now. We're going to get cooked. Cam's in the game. Definitely pulled the trigger on that one fairly too late. Spence is fouled on the three. Oh, they wave it off. You can't be fucking serious. Gonna get free throws, but fuck's sake. We're now playing small ball. We're gonna get cooked on the rebounds. Why did they send Clax to the bench? Free throw is good. It's not over yet. There's still half a quarter to play. But defensively, we're being crap. And Jacques Vaughn has decided, let's go with small ball. Well, you need stops. You don't need... The offense will come naturally. Brunson the switch. Now is Finney Smith on him. See, that's too easy. Like, he's just so crafty. None of our defenders have been able to keep up with him. Sumner has been a miss. Like, oh my god, Hartenstein just stripped Dinwiddie of the ball, and now quickly in transition. Oh, you can't be fucking serious. Just calling shit for the sake of it, mate. What a joke. Let's have a look on the replay. Is this a clear strip? We're going to challenge it. He definitely got the ball. It's just a matter of how much... what the ratio is of hands and ball. I do think that's not going to be overturned, but... oh, fuck's sake. Well, that's going to be... if we lose this, it'll be the first win for the Knicks in about 4 years. I'll tell you what, though. Like, there's some things that I can get behind in terms of fouls. I'm happy for you to call this shit for the Knicks, but call it for us. Yeah, it stands. What a fucking surprise. Fucking garbage. I actually knew this was going to happen. Just, we can't catch a break with the whistles. It's only been 2 games, and already the whistles are hopeless. Katie was there, he would be cooking the Knicks right now. I'm not even sure, to be honest, because Brunson is playing out of his mind. And we've got our best defensive lineup out there. You can only get so much offense. But as we flagged at halftime, Spence getting 20 more points in the second half was always going to be a tall order. We needed other guys to step up, and there hasn't been anyone that's picked up the slack. So, why did the Mavs get rid of him? Who are we talking about? Spence? Finney Smith? I don't know. When defense is your major draw card and you've already conceded 110 with 5 minutes left, well, it's always going to be a problem, isn't it? We need someone who can close the game out with losing too many. This isn't even a close game at this point. We've had no support. Jalen. Who do they get rid of? Jalen. Oh, Brunson. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, they didn't pay him. Let's have a look again. Yeah, he smacked him on the wrist. I'm looking at free agents right now, and Porzingis is looking very gettable. That just doesn't make sense with Clax. We need stops, if anything. And we've run the bullshit small ball 5 lineup. They're running Randall and Hartenstein. We really think we're going to box them out. We're without stars, and if the bench doesn't work, it's over. Well, that's not true, but the starting 5 twice have just faltered in the back end. McCall has done nothing on the offensive side today. I'm going to keep it 100% a buck. So currently it's a 16-point lead. We've got to be better than this. Defensively, to be fair, we've forced Brunson into a lot of tough shots, but he's gone to his spot far too easily. There's going to be a foul on the Knicks. That was a bit bullshit as well, and I would be pretty upset if... yeah, that's not a foul. No chance. He just fell to the deck. We're very lucky with that call. Like, that call is a completely bullshit call. I'd love to get a referee mic. Because then we can get proper explanations of this shit. Bridges misses free throw 1. I do think, though, as we said, it's going to take a long time for... Oh my god, Bridges misses both. That's when you know it's not gonna happen. We said there was going to be a grace period for Jacques Vaughn, and I expect that to be, well, when we return after the All-Star break, I want something more refined. Because right now, well, this is a big win for the Knicks as well, because they close in on us by a game. And the next game we play is against the team directly below us. So 2 big games in 2. Purely because they can close the deficit if we lose. Brunson over Royce. Like, that's rubbish. He's standing there. He didn't even close that out. Oh, my God. That is rubbish. Another call, which is a joke. He's standing straight up. Brunson's getting MVP chance. That's warranted. He's played an MVP type game today. But that is a load of bollocks. Again, that free throw doesn't go down. Let's have a look. Royce, he jumps. Royce is very vertical. Rubbish. Lucas, hope you're well, my friend. Thank you for tuning in, my guy. But yeah, just a load of rubbish. 4:43 to play in this game. We're down 17. This is the biggest deficit of the entire game. And Brunson converts 2 of the 3. And he's got 40 points. He's on a tear recently, so it's no coincidence that he's done well. Finney Smith for 3. That one's short. And yet again, the offense has just fallen flat. It was close for 2.5 quarters, nearly 3 quarters, and then they went on a late quarter run. And we've got another foul on Cam Thomas. This lead is just ballooning. We're going to send in the bench with 4 minutes to play. That's when you know the game's done. Hart makes the first free throw. I'll tell you what, I'll give him a crap ton of credit, the Knicks, because they, in the second half, looked so switched on defensively. You could see it from the outset. There was no room to operate. Nowhere near the same level as the first half. Hart misses the second. And it will be a timeout by the Nets just to close out. JV throwing in the towel? Well, yeah, I'm not really surprised by any stretch either, because what's the point in risking injury? Let's have a look at the box score, though. I thought this was going to be a tighter game down the stretch, but you can see the Knicks. Well, it hasn't been 3-pointers they've punished us. Josh Hart's been awesome with 21 off the bench, but Brunson with 40. Randall, we stopped. I'll give Dorian Finney-Smith his props. Pay his dues with what he's been able to do on Julius Randle in the back half of this game. But Brunson, man, absolutely cooked Mikal Bridges. I mean, that guy was toasted. Brunson just being able to sizzle. You know, just maneuver his way through and be really crafty within the paint. Where's this super great defense I keep hearing about? Well, as I said, Jalen Brunson happened. Aside from Brunson and Josh Hart and Randall in the first half, it hasn't really been that eye-catching, but the Nets in the second half, the shooting's really dropped off. Once again, we were 9 of 15 from 3, and we're now 12 of 28. So we've gone 3 of 13 since that 9 of 15 start. So it's just like, yeah. David Duke's in, Drew Smith is in. Even Drew Smith, we should have brought him in to throw something at Brunson. That one's tipped out of play, and it's going to be Knicks ball. Bro, they should have thrown Utah in, Sumner in, even Drew Smith in, because we needed to stop Brunson, but we just threw Mikal Bridges at him basically the whole game. And usually when something isn't working, you don't persist and just let things manifest. Because we know what happens when you do that. It doesn't work. Ben getting 13 minutes? Well, yeah. Like, it's not like he deserved any more than that. Because tonight he was pretty pitiful in the minutes he was on the floor. Granted, that whole team was, but Dayron in the midi, or in the mid-range, scores for 2. But yet again, we're just like limping to 100 points. We scored 60 in the first half, both games, and haven't been able to sustain offense. Except today, we didn't have the defense to go with it because Brunson was continuously letting the scoring tick over. Hart is wide open in the corner and he knocks down the 3. He's absolutely lights out from the corners. I would have loved Josh Hart on the team, but you know, you can't get everything you wish for. David Duke's off on the 2. Nets nothing without Kyrie and KD. Well, as I honestly expect from any fan base, what is it? Yeah, as I expect from any fan base, especially a Net fan base, Josh Hart, yet again with a 3 as the shot clock expires, makes it a 25-point game. I expect this fully from Nets fans. Overreaction. We suck. This and that. We're a joke. Poor performance. And sure, it was a poor performance. I'm not going to disregard that. We were in the game for 2.5, 3 quarters and absolutely hit a wall. And I won't make excuses. But that said, do not overreact. It is the second game with a completely new squad that has no practices. Jacques Vaughn is still navigating the abilities of these players, what they can do, and what the best lineups are to run. Sure, Sumner, Utah, maybe Drew Smith should have gotten an opportunity, especially Drew Smith and what's his name? Drew Smith and Sumner. Both should have gotten a crack at Jalen Brunson because, well, seriously, what we were trying to do wasn't working, and we didn't seem to do anything to amend the situation. So I'm not one bit surprised that Jacques Vaughn made the mistakes, but that said, it's justified. He's still sussing out what this group can provide. Excuse me. Adjustments just weren't there. And that's simply because he's still sussing out what this group can do. I won't be, like, once we return from the All-Star break, I expect to see more cohesion, as you've said, Potty. Like, the cohesion isn't there yet. These players, on top of Jacques Vaughn trying to work things out, the players are still working things out. We talked about pre-game Spencer Dinwiddie calling plays that Dallas ran. Although now the Heat game shapes up as a huge match. Drew Smith gets a steal, and that's what we missed. Dayron, Utah, foul with 1:40 left. This is Knicks City. Well, I'm going to give the Knicks credit. As I've mentioned, Knicks dominated today. Absolutely outplayed. Jalen Brunson led from the front. But I also will say that this is your first win since 2020. So take the victory because you've been starved of it for 4 years, where you've been basically mediocre and probably still are. But as far as today is concerned, absolutely deserved to win. Been absolutely played off the floor today. That's an excellent spin by Top, and he didn't get the roll, and Dayron gets the rebound. Fired the Nets coach. We were only good because KD and Kyrie was playing out of this world. Complete rubbish, that take. As I said, I'm going to be brutally honest with you all. And realistically, I said when this trade happened, we have no expectations because we don't know what they are. We don't know the players well enough. Just like the players don't know other players themselves. Dayron's called for the blocking foul. We don't know the players well enough. The players don't know the players well enough. The coach doesn't know the players well enough. So you've got to be rational here. It's no use fretting. We lost. Big deal. Move on to the next one. What more can I say? Miles McBride misses free throw 1. Knicks in the bonus. So that will end the second longest win streak we've had against the Knicks. The first win we had against this team was in January of 2021. So, look, as I said, absolutely dominated today. Damn, Sumner can't even get minutes over Drew Smith. Something had to happen. That's a very good point. He hasn't gotten run. Cam's getting this run. Drew Smith is wide open for 3, and he missed it. Rebound Dayron. Utah off the window for 2. Where the fuck was he? Oh, God. And just the other night, they only lost by, well, it was 3 to the Sixers. That's pretty damn good. Would have won that game if the clock hadn't run out. Give it time. Well, if there wasn't the bullshit Dinwiddie non-call, the other stuff that went on, the 3, the missed layup, all that happened. But we can't talk about what happened days ago. We talk about what happened today. We lost by 18. Ultimately, absolutely played off the floor. The problem is we had the players to win. JV didn't play him. Well, I'm going to disagree with you because we can say they didn't play and say they're going to make a difference. But we also could just appreciate that someone played a really good game. And Jalen Brunson, I would have loved to have seen an adjustment and actually you try something different, whether that's put Sumner on him, put Drew Smith on him, just anything different to what we were trying, but we didn't. So we can say he didn't make the adjustment, but there's also no guarantees that if he did make the adjustment, it would have worked. So it is what it is. It's year 0 once again. Now we can only grow after today. It's just, well, it's 100% that. You know, we've just got to regroup after this one. It was poor. Have my feelings about Ben changed after this game? I realized I had the the box score up, for like the last 6 minutes or whatever, the last 7 minutes. The game's done. I mean, it makes things easier for me, but 18 assists, that's not good enough. Cam Thomas shooting inefficiently. Dayron at 12 and 8, but Ben, yeah. About Ben, I literally like feel the exact same. Like Ben, I feel like he can improve, but that said, he doesn't help his cause. I think I just got called for a foul. Yeah, possibly going to the kitchen to grab some food or some shit. Guarantee the referee's on your doorstep, ready to call a blocking foul. There is no way Ben is fully fit. Why not just give him a few weeks off and come back for a run at the playoffs? Well, I don't even know. Because Dayron, I don't think is it. But that said, Ben is also not it either. This is the big thing for me though. Clax only played 23 minutes. Why? That's one of the many questions I have. Spence in the second half needed to, like, what he did in the second half is far too familiar with me. Because I remember he would always have this tendency to jack up shots if things weren't going for him in his first stint. Scored 20 in the first half on good efficiency, goes 2 of 9 in the second half. He was forcing things a little bit too much. Mikal Bridges was very quiet. He was well held and didn't really get to his spots, if ever. Cam Johnson wasn't too bad, and Dorian Finney-Smith I actually think was one of our best players today because shot the ball efficiently and played good defense on Julius in the second half. But ultimately, yet again, not enough offense to go with defense. There wasn't even any defense, let's be honest. The Knicks overall shot the ball above 50%. We did well to bring it down, but they ended up bringing it back up. Josh Hart with 27 points off the bench. Guaranteed he's not doing that against any other team for the rest of the season. And Brunson with 40. He had a great game. I can't really slate him for that, and I'm not going to be down in the dumps about that. They did considerably well. Plus 29 for Hartenstein off the bench. That's nuts. But for the Nets, I mean, free throw shooting, we could have been better there. Offensive rebounding wasn't bad, but the turnovers, we had 7 in the second half and barely created. So that's always not going to help you either. But that'll do it from me. I mean, this wasn't a great game. I guarantee you, we can't set a high bar. If you expected better, well then, you're probably within your right to do so. But there are going to be games like this where we just absolutely stink it up. And we've talked about defense being the draw card for this team. If the defense isn't switched on, we could be in for a long evening. And today it was about the Knicks getting more buckets down the stretch. Just getting more buckets, generally speaking. And Jalen Brunson was the answer. Mavs are getting cooked. Okay. Oh my life. Kyrie and Luka have been god-awful. And Minnesota are absolutely tearing them apart. Wow. Hornets scored 144. Orlando beating the Bulls. Okay, that's good. Miami lost to Denver. But, as mentioned, it's going to be really important that we get a victory against Miami now because obviously it's getting much tighter, between the 5 seed to the 7 seed. It's getting really dicey there, so we've got to be careful that we don't get too close for comfort. The Heat today played an 8-man rotation. They didn't have Tyler Hero. I don't know what the status of his injury is. It's day to day. I'm actually going to do a quick look up. And Tyler Hero was out with... I don't actually know. But regardless, if he's playing, we've got to be very, very careful. They've got quite a few threats on the court, but well, it is what it is. We'll see what that game has to offer. But for now, I'm gonna wrap things up. I hope you enjoyed the stream. We will see you soon. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to show your support on the way out and sub if you are new. Alrighty. Have a good one, everyone. Stay safe. We'll see you soon. Goodbye.